What if I told you never had to pay expensive agency fees again just to hire one good candidate? And what if I told you never had to gamble on in-house recruiters, hoping they perform, hoping they stay, hoping they don't disappear after a few weeks? What if I told you that solution actually exists? A trained, managed, reliable expert recruiter who works full-time on your team without the turnover, without the hassle, and without the cost of an agency. Let me introduce you to my expert recruiter. I am Mariana Morin, founder of my expert recruiter, and for years running my own recruitment agency, I watched companies struggle with the exact same problem: hiring. Construction companies falling behind on projects because they simply couldn't find the right people fast enough and paying thousands of agency fees just to keep up. And manufacturers losing entire production days waiting for candidates who never show up, or hire an internal recruiter who quits after the first few months. Business owners frustrated, overwhelmed, telling me the same thing over and over: we can't find good candidates. And it didn't matter if they were a small business or multi-dollar companies, the pain was always the same. The more I listened, the more I realized something very important. The problem wasn't that companies couldn't find talent. That was just a consequence. The real problem was that they didn't have the right recruiter in their teams. Not an agency charging 20-25% per hire, not an internal recruiter who quits after 3 months, and definitely not a virtual assistant who can send messages but doesn't actually know how to recruit. What companies really needed was a trained, reliable, full-cycle recruiter, someone who works inside their team like an in-house employee, blends into their culture, and still brings the expertise, the discipline, and the performance of a top agency recruiter. And they needed this person without the cost and the chaos of doing the old way. That's when I created my expert recruiter. Our company outsources dedicated expert recruiters, fully trained, fully managed, and working full-time inside your company, becoming part of your team like an in-house recruiter, but with the performance, the discipline of an agency professional. Someone who isn't juggling multiple clients, someone who isn't learning on your time, someone who actually knows how to find great talent fast because they've been trained the right way. At my expert recruiter, every expert goes through our proprietary training program, a program I personally designed to develop world-class recruiters who understand US and Canadian hiring expectations. They know how to map the market. They know how to source strategically. They know how to screen. They know how to communicate professionally. And they represent your company with the same care as someone sitting right in your office. And the best part? You get all of this without agency fees, without turnover, without headaches, and without the cost of building an internal recruitment team. This is outsourced recruiting done the right way. So how does it actually work? It all starts with a simple conversation. We learn about your business, your roles, your hiring goals. We then handpick the best expert recruiter for your company, someone fully trained, aligned with your industry, and ready to become part of your team. Before they start, we train them on your tools, your systems, your expectations. That way, they blend into your company and begin full-cycle recruiting immediately. Your expert recruiter fully supports your hiring process from day one and maintains consistent movement on all your open roles. And all along the way, our leadership team is supporting and managing them. You can check their performance and review their KPIs anytime through our client portal. And you will have a dedicated account manager to keep everything running smoothly. It's simple, it's structured, and it finally gives companies a recruiting system that actually works for a fraction of the cost. My expert recruiter was built from years of working with companies across construction, manufacturing, logistics, and many other industries, listening to what they struggled with and studying what actually works in real recruiting environments. This isn't virtual assistant, this isn't a freelancer, and it's not a gamble. This is a professionally trained, full-cycle recruiter who works exclusively inside your company, backed by systems, oversight, and training program I personally developed. So if you were tired of the constant hiring cycle, the agency fees, the turnover, and the overwhelm, there is finally another way. we are officially launching My Expert Recruiter. And if you are building teams in construction, manufacturing, logistics, and any other operational industry, I would love to show you how this model can work on your business. Book a call with us using the link below. We'd be honored to help you build your team strategically.